Hello everyone, and welcome once again to Scorpion Cigar Reviews. Today I'll be reviewing the Romeo Y Julieta Reserva Real. This is the Verona's Court. Comes in tubo, cedar lined. Attractive looking too. The stick is firm, very firm. There is a soft spot just between the cap and the band. Rather sizable soft spot. It may be a concern down the road. This is a double cap cigar. Has quite a few veins, not too large though. Tight visible seams. This is like a milk chocolate colored wrapper. Not a whole lot coming on the nose from the wrapper. A little bit on the foot. A little bit of cedar, a little bit of baker's cocoa. Slight hint of I've lost it. Very short scents. The band came off nicely, no issues there at all whatsoever. Using my double guillotine cutter today. Maybe cut off a little more than that. Let's see. Well, maybe I'll start with that. If I need to cut off more, I will. A little bit of restriction on the draw, not a whole lot. I'd cut off a little more, maybe wouldn't have been a problem, but it may not be a problem. Getting some cedar in there. A little bit of white pepper, some chili powder type spices. Okay. Get lit up. Right off the bat, initial impressions. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot going on at the moment. I'm getting some spiciness, about mid-palate. Some perhaps cayenne pepper, something along those lines. Not a whole lot else. Okay. Well, I'll continue on. I'll get somewhere in the first third. And we'll see how this cigar progresses. Pairing tonight's cigar with a Sutter Home Zinfandel from California, 2010. Nice full-bodied spicy red wine. Lightly oaked, not too strong on the oak. It's a pleasant dinner wine, or if you want to just sit around and drink it on its own. It's an aperitif. I'm in the first third of this Romeo Y Julieta. Nothing real impressive at this point. The draw was a little tight. I went ahead and I clipped off a little more. Didn't seem to help the draw at all. Pretty much still just have a little bit of cayenne pepper in there, a little bit of mineral towards the rear of the palate. At this point, not a real wide flavor profile. Actually seems to be burning fairly quickly, but it's not a very large cigar. I don't know offhand what the ring gauge is, but it's not much. Somewhere around 42 maybe. I'll have to look it up. I generally smoke larger ring gauge cigars. Still has some spice on the tongue, primarily cayenne. Maybe a little bit of flintiness on the rear of the palate as well. So I'll get somewhere into the second third and we'll see how the cigar progresses from there. Just entering the second third of the Romeo Y Julieta. As you can see, the burn is a bit uneven there. The ash has been kind of unstable. Haven't trusted it. I've flipped the ash off, I think, 3 times, just now entering the second third. Getting short little bits of ash, well, at best ½ an inch, somewhere in that area. Doesn't take a whole lot to flick it off, just a little flick and it comes off, indicating that it's unstable. Not a whole lot going on. The only real changes, not so much in the flavor profile itself, but where they sit on the palate. The cayenne pepper has moved pretty much throughout the palate now. It's covering front, mid, and rear palate. Nothing going on the cheeks at all. Just pretty much throughout the tongue, back of the throat. Kind of a mild cigar, not totally mild, a little upper end of mild, approaching medium on the body. If it wasn't for the cayenne in there, it seems to be filling that void. If it wasn't for that spiciness, I think the body would be diminished quite a bit. Not an unpleasant smoke. Just doesn't seem to be a whole lot going on. So I'll get somewhere into the final third and we'll see how it progresses. Here we are just starting the final third. Starting to pick up slight amounts of ammonia, short on the finish. They're not really hanging around very long at all. Just as I entered the final third, I was getting this little bit of a kind of the coolness that's associated with the ammonia but after just a few draws, it's almost completely disappeared. Very small amount lingering towards the rear of the palate. Still have that cayenne pepper. At this point, it's mostly rear palate. A little bit on the tip of the tongue. Bit of a dry smoke towards the rear. I've been smoking this cigar for roughly 30 minutes, and I'm starting the final third here. This final third is introduced in addition to the ammonia. There's some other things going on, but they're really short on the finish. I'm having a hard time picking them out. For a moment there, I thought I picked up a little bit of burning rubber, like from a hot rod spinning its tires. A little bit of that taste you get in your mouth. But it was very short on the finish, and it only lasted, once again, for one or two draws. Then it completely disappeared. Something else coming through, but I can't quite pick out what it is. The finish is real short. Not unpleasant. Just not sure what it is. Cayenne pepper is still there. So, the burn hasn't been a real issue. A little bit wavy, but it hasn't been a big problem. It's remained about like you see now. A little uneven, a little bit of wave, but it hasn't gone totally out of whack. The ash has been unstable throughout. I only get about where I'm at now. I'm going to give it a little flick, see if I can get the ash to come off. Yeah, took a little bit of an effort, but not too much. No issues with it trying to go out or anything at this point. Getting nice mouthfuls of smoke all the way from the beginning. So it does seem to smoke well. Softening up a little bit. Oh, and there went the wrapper. Just cracked. It's going to start to come undone. If you can see it right in here. It's cracked. And perhaps even going to start to unravel right below the crack. So I'll get to the nub and we'll see what happens from there. So, to sum this cigar up, short finishes consisting mainly of cayenne pepper, which moved pretty much all over on the palate. Started in the front, worked its way to the rear. There was a time when it occupied all the way through front, mid, and rear palate. Never got anything on the cheeks, no creaminess, no spiciness, nothing on the cheeks at all. So, I would say that this cigar, for me, while it wasn't bad, I didn't pick up any off flavors. Just, it didn't deliver. It fell short in a lot of areas. I gave it an overall score of 85.5 points. So I thank you for once again watching Scorpion Cigar Reviews of the Romeo Y Julieta Reserva Real, Verona's Court and Tubo. Thank you.